Pokemon, Kaiju, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas. It's July. Christmas in July? It's not even July 25th. Hey there, collectors. It's Steven here, and welcome to an interesting review. We're going to keep on keeping on with the Hedorah train, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Godzilla store exclusive Marusan Hedorah Christmas set. Christmas. Now, with this set, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Hedorah set, and we are going to have, apparently these are all the 350 sculpt for Hedorah. We're going to have the literal tadpole, the underwater, the flying, the land, and the final forms of Hedorah. Its fans all know and love them, and this was, as I said, exclusive to the Godzilla store to be released at Christmas time. Some got it a little bit after Christmas, and the retail price was approximately 33,000 Japanese yen. Now, there were some folks who said this was going to skyrocket and go to the moon, diamond hands, and all that fun stuff, but it kind of didn't. And now some folks are thinking, this is a pretty nifty set, and I have a chance to pick up all of these unique sculpts in a funky color, and it's Christmas themed. Should I get it? Well, let's take a look to see whether or not it's going to be worth adding into your collection. First and foremost, tadpole form. Quite literally, tadpole. Not a whole lot to say here except for sculpted a tadpole. Could be anything. Doesn't have to be Hedorah specific. Cool. So, I'm not going to focus in on it here, but let's play a game. We have vinyl, clearly with glitter. We have gold for the tail fin. We have red beady eyes. Okay, that's going to be about it. Now let's go on to the underwater form. Now you may start to see the trick of the trade, if you will. Okay, now the trick of the trade here, we're not going to talk about it just quite yet. Now the trick of the trade, we do once again have the vinyl that has the glitter in it, and it makes it nice and reflective. And this is where we start to see some interesting paint effects come through with this set. Now, throughout the entirety of these figures, we are going to have gold, and we're going to have red. On this particular figure and some of the folds, we are going to have a nice red spray to enhance some of those details and really bring out the sculpt, which looks great. We do have the starburst eye effect on this particular figure, which actually, unfortunately, on, both of them, it's not going to be applied 100% correctly, and it's going to be a little bit off-centered, but to be honest with you, at a distance, it looks pretty fine. Not a whole lot of bad stuff to say there. Now the flying form. Mine in particular has a quality control issue, which is a bummer, but all of them are going to have one thing which is going to be upsetting, and that is going to be a seam right behind the, I guess one may say, effective head sculpt, and mine in particular actually has a gap that allows you to see straight through to the other side. This is where, if you haven't been able to catch it yet, guess what? You should be able to now. But I'm not going to say what the trick with this figure set is just yet anyway. We're going to save it to the end. So for the flying form, the eyes, are they any better? Just a little bit. Not too much significantly. But the underside does look great, and this one is missing the red paint compared to the other forms. We're mostly just going to be seeing gold highlights with the airbrush here, but even still, that really does enhance the detail with the blue glitter foundation. Next, we're really going to get into the meat and potatoes of an actual figure here. I mean, the others are, but I would say that they're smaller, more so accessories with the landing or the crawling form of Hedorah, whichever one you would prefer to call it. Goes by quite a few different names. Now, this is where you should very clearly be able to see, hint, hint, what is going on with this figure set. This one, if it didn't have the bowed legs, would actually be my favorite of the set. Okay, mine particularly has bowed legs. I don't know if it's just because of the way that it came in the package, because it came in with a header card in a bag. It wasn't in a box or anything like that. This one is really nice because it has the most paint apps of all of the figures, and it came out actually looking pretty dang sweet, if I do say so myself. We have a little bit of a red spray where the effective mouth would be, and that does look pretty neat. I do like the way that that came out. That looks really cool. We do have miscellaneous red and gold spray here and there. And even on the other underside of the hands, that was actually something that I almost did not catch until I was going through the pictures, and I actually took pictures of the final forms hands. And I was like, whoo, I better go back and check. And sure enough, this one did in fact have it. So kudos to Marusan for that, because I honestly would not have expected that sort of detail to be there. Now, overall, again, the leg warping is a bit of an issue, but the cool thing about this one is that naturally you can have it so this way the tail is lifted off of the ground. I think, again, that this is going to be my favorite if it weren't for that quality control issue of the leg being warped. Now we're going to be taking a look at the final form of Hedorah, and have you figured it out yet? All right, so we have the 360 spin view, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the nice finer details, where honestly, this is kind of where they backed off of the spray throughout the majority of the figure. Essentially, we're only going to have the spray at the top of Hedorah, where we do have that cracked head. We're going to have a gold base with a red on top of it. We're going to have the egg sac-ish on the back, which isn't really well defined on this particular sculpt. That bleeds down into the tail. We are going to have the underside of the hands, which it is what it is. And we're going to have the eyes, which I think the eyes here for this one look the best. Not a whole lot to say here, except this is going to be one sludgy boy, and that's going to be it. Have you figured out what the trick is with this set yet? No? Okay. What color is the vinyl? You obviously can see that there's some blue glitter, but what color is the vinyl? It's clear. That's right, they used clear vinyl. It's completely translucent. There's no color to the vinyl whatsoever. It's all clear. It's just packed piece by piece with blue glitter. How freaking sweet is that? Yeah, I really didn't notice that until I had it in hand, and then I held it up to a light and I saw, wait a minute, I can see everything on the other side in between the gaps of the glitter. So that really helps to speak to the detail of this figure and the quality and the care that was really put into this. That makes this set really, really freaking unique. Kudos to Marusan on this one. And honestly, I thought maybe about selling it, but yeah, I don't know. It kind of makes me want to keep this even more so now. But anyway, articulation. Honestly, for this section, it's kind of a joke. You're not buying this for action features or turning stuff around unless you want to see details in a different way. So yeah, I mean, we do have turnable heads on the tadpole and the living underwater form, whatever. Flying form, it don't have squat. For the other two forms, we move the hands around and we move the legs around, and the tail can kind of move, but that's going to be it. Now, for a size comparison, I did include the other Godzilla store exclusive Marusan Hedorah. Now, this one actually, I've seen this referred to as the 350 sculpt as well. I'm not super well versed, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I say this is the other G-Store exclusive, Godzilla Store exclusive. However, they have taken that particular sculpt and repainted it several times over for the Godzilla Store. So this is just going to be one of many. But here's all the Marusan sculpts together so you can get an idea of how big they're going to be. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. Honestly, this set is so cool. If you're thinking about it just based on some of the pictures that you've seen and some of the information you've seen around online, honestly, you're not going to be disappointed if you pick this up. Price-wise, 33,000 yen when it came out in Japan in December, and it was about 114 yen to 1 USD then. Right about now, it's going to be about 135 yen to 1 USD. However, it was, I believe, made to order, and then it's done. So aftermarket now. But with that being said, having this in hand and considering selling it myself and then just opening it, yeah, this is a really cool set. If I do let it go, it's going to be hard to do it. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.